Are you enjoying being a parent?
That is a complicated question. I am enjoying being a parent more often now than I was a year ago. I think that there are people out there who are just like, "Oh, I love being a parent. It's my calling." It's really hard, relentless, and not always super fun. Our kid is still so young. It requires a lot of assistance with everything and is learning to cope with her feelings.
Aren't we all?
I am also. Do you enjoy being a parent?
Yes, but obviously there are drawbacks. With anything that's worth it, it takes a little work.
With most other things, on a day that you're just really not feeling it, you can just like take the day off.
Has parenting changed you?
Extremely, in pretty much every way.
Has it changed me?
I think less so.
I think less so too.
In some ways, I'm more tidy. That is like a way for me to support my mental health. And in a lot of ways, I'm less tidy. Letting tidiness go is another way to support my mental health. It's okay that the house looks like this.
The house doesn't look as clean as this here. It looks more like this. I'm going to cut to something. What should I show them?
I don't care, whatever. Just show them the house. Just show them the house.
We are much less minimal now.
But it's all her stuff. And a lot of times I'm like, this is literally garbage. And she's like, it's my favorite thing ever. And if you get rid of it, I'll be in therapy for the rest of my life. We have toilet paper rolls all over the house.
She calls them ICUs. You look in them and you go, I see you. I clean the kitchen more often. I enjoy it because I know things will go easier if everything's where it's supposed to be. But if we didn't have a kid, I wouldn't even feel like it was necessary. I'd just be like, whatever. Yeah. Basically what I'm saying is I care about the kitchen more because I'm a dad.
And I care about you caring about the kitchen more.
Okay. More desire to do mundane things because being a parent was hard. This isn't as true now, but early on when we first had her, what's her name?
I can't remember.
Okay.
We would argue over who got to like clean up the kitchen. The other person has to actively parent. I get to have a podcast break.
We would prefer to drive as opposed to trying to make sure she's not crying in the back.
Before we had a kid, my anxiety was mostly social anxiety, and now I have no social anxiety, but my anxiety is all what could happen to us, what could happen to her.
When I lived by myself, I drove a 91 Corolla in 2010.
And it had nary an airbag in sight.
It was falling apart and I didn't care at all. It's just me.
Whatever.
Whatever. Now I want to get the safest thing out there. So we're going to get rid of our car and we're never going anywhere.
I'm in therapy to try to keep myself from ending up in that place. Oh, if I don't keep a hold of the reins, I could end up not leaving the house.
There's just like a few hours at the end of the night when she goes to bed that we have to ourselves. Before we had a kid, that was all the time.
Like sometimes I'll just sit there and try to picture what it felt like to be that free. I can't do it.
I'm two ways about it though. One, yeah, it was awesome. Two, that's a whole lot of time to really have nothing to do. What was I doing all day? I was just kind of, what do you want to do?
I definitely did a lot of nothing, a lot of days.
Yeah.
Well, and when the pandemic started, I remember thinking, oh, it would be so much easier if we weren't parents right now. Later, I was like, actually, I think being parents is better. We had structure to our day. I think it made the time pass more easily. And I think that we use our free time more thoughtfully now.
Yeah, we're not just sort of ambling
through.
Yeah. What do you want to do? I used to envy how much you slept.
If you had told me 5 or 10 years ago, you're gonna become a morning person, I would have laughed. Oh my God, I have so much free time. Who cares?
My YouTube channel's dying. I gotta do something like quit sugar for a month or something to revive it. One day, you will be a morning person.
That was me laughing until I died.
You died?
I mean, years later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Death.
It reminds me of life and our home and auto that I share with you, which is a great time to thank our sponsor, Policy Genius, because you're gonna need to get insurance for that home and that auto. Gestures wildly to establish a shot of our home. We recently got some home and auto insurance. What was the experience like using Policy Genius, Chyna?
It was incredibly easy, straightforward.
You know, there's a lot of inflation going around, and one of the best ways to save money, what is it?
Shopping around for home and auto insurance?
That's exactly right. Policy Genius has saved customers an average of $1,250 per year over what they were paying for their home and auto insurance. What could you buy with $1,250?
Like a lot of
unhealthy choice.
or a lot of blueberries.
Probably go bad before you ate them all.
If you've got that attitude about it.
Policy Genius doesn't sell your info to third parties. I don't sell your info to third parties.
Aw, that was your wedding vows.
Policy Genius has thousands of 5-star reviews across Google and Trustpilot. I like to think of myself as your Trustpilot, flying you into, dependability. True or false? Since 2014, Policy Genius has helped over 30 million people shop for insurance and placed $120 billion in coverage.
True?
Wow, you're good. You head to policygenius.com/WheezyWaiter and you answer a few questions about yourself and about your property. Policy Genius will show you the price estimates for policies that fit your needs and help you find the best option. The Policy Genius team works for you and not for insurance companies. If they find a better rate than you're paying now, they'll switch you over for free.
I'm so angry about insurance.
I'm just excited. Head to policygenius.com/WheezyWaiter to get your free home and auto quotes and see how much you could save. The swing has bird poop on it. Now, time to go back to other Craig and Chyna and talk about everyone's favorite topic.
Is it guilt?
It's guilt. Whenever I do something now that's not watching Ada, there's a hint of guilt. I should be helping Chyna watch Ada, or...
That's why I text you so much when I'm out. How's it going? Is everything okay? And then I spend a lot of time at night just feeling bad about the job I did parenting that day. I want to go wake her up and cuddle with her.
You're a good parent.
Thank you, I try.
You're a good mom. You're a great mom.
Thank you, you're a great dad. Oh my God, packing all our stuff up and getting on a plane sounds terrible. A lot of stress. But it is getting better. I think in another year or so, we're gonna be in a real sweet spot for going places.
Like I just recently watched Kramer versus Kramer. Dustin Hoffman is preparing food for his kid. He's normally the one working, and the kid's constantly like, Mama doesn't do it that way.
I think you forgot the milk.
I didn't. I just want to see if you were paying attention. It's been a long time since I made this.
I don't like it when it's in pieces.
Look, French toast tastes the same whether it's in pieces or whether it's whole.
We're very familiar with that tune in this house.
Very relatable.
Mama doesn't do it that way.
If a parent is making not necessarily the best parental choices, there's less judgment.
I'm also less judgmental of people in general in real life. You are probably trying your very best. Godspeed. I wish you the best.
I'm in conflict with another person multiple times a day.
It's very stressful.
Before having a kid, I could avoid people who disagreed with me. You're forced to interact with this little person who's constantly saying no.
If literally any other person on this planet said the things to me that she says sometimes, I would just be like, screw you. I'll never speak to you again. But she's my kid and I love her and she's learning and she's struggling too. And you have to just keep doing it, even though what you want to say is
I understand why dad jokes become a thing. You know, many would accuse me of already doing dad jokes well before.
It's also Nunavut Day. On this day in 1990, Canada made the Nunavut Act, recognizing Nunavut as a territory. Resisting the urge to make the obvious pun that I've made before and I hear people make all the time. Resisting the urge to make the obvious pun that I've made before that I hear people make all the time. Tut top Timbai hip mat. Hate this pun. I will have none of it. No!
But I get it more now. Just making her laugh is the best.
oh my gosh, that's the best thing in the world.
She almost bumped my head with her head, and I said, oh, you almost headbutted me. And she went, headbutt. That doesn't make any sense. And then she tried to bump her butt on my head. And then I said, no, that's a butt. And she also thought that was hilarious.
Little things can seem big and exciting. Looking at flower buds, splashing puddles when it's raining.
I forgot that splashing in a puddle is fun.
Because you're seeing her see things for the first time. Going to the grocery store, we're looking at the flowers, we're looking at the balloons, going up and down the aisles and playing games.
We'll go through a tunnel while we're driving. Get ready, there's a tunnel!
Oh yeah.
Tunnels are amazing now.
Tunnels are the best.
When we're walking and she asked me to pick her up and she hugs me while I pick her up, I feel so important.
Or if she's upset, she wants to cuddle, and I put my arms around her, I can feel the tension leave her body. It's like, oh, I did that.
I showed her E.T. and she liked it. that was very exciting. I was the parent helper at school one day. Remy, her friend, said, "You're my best friend." And Ada said, "You're my best friend." And then
Oh
they
my
continued
gosh.
walking.
Oh.
I wouldn't have cared if you told me that a kid told another kid that they were their best friend. I would be like, okay, get out of my face. I'm going back to Zelda and beer. Thank you. Get out of my way.
Last weekend, I got to watch her play video games with you a lot.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
It was so cool.
She's starting to be able to control Link on Breath of the Wild.
Just watching you two like share a passion is very, very cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a good kid.
she's a good kid.
We got the best one. Sorry, everybody else.
Oh, we shouldn't have told them. People don't need to know that.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
your kids are great.
They're all right. What would you say to non-kid having Chyna?
Go do more stuff while you can. You are gonna not like this sometimes, and that is okay. That does not mean that you don't love your kid. Don't beat yourself up. Put them to bed, get some sleep, wake up, make a cup of coffee.
Basically, you're going to make it through this.
You're gonna make it through this. It all comes out in the wash. What about you?
Everything that's going to happen when you have a kid is perfectly normal. Well, as far as I know anyway. You and Chyna are going to do the best you can, and that's going to be good enough. Maybe work on those biceps and triceps a little, because you're going to be carrying a heavy kid. Start doing videos where you quit doing unhealthy things for a month,
There you go.
because people seem to like those a lot.
Yeah. And also buy a lottery ticket. 1, 7, 16, 43, 84, 112, 6. I don't know how the lottery works.
Oh, okay, well then that's not going to be useful.
Okay.
Where is she?
I don't know. Did you let her out this morning?
To go poop?
Yeah.
That's our dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait, which one?
Ada,
Which one's that?
the one that doesn't poop outside.
The hairy one?
Well, she has hair.